Today we're going to work with the bone tool and use it to do an armature animation. So we're going to start by opening a document. We're going to go to StuShare, go to Web Design, and there will be two files, a Stickman file and a Stickman with no feet. Open up Stickman and he should look like this on our screen. Normally you could move an object with the selection tool, but the selection tool will instead move this object's skeleton. So if I clicked on him and tried to move him, the particular bone that I selected is going to be what ends up getting moved. So if I want to move the shape, I need to go to the free transform tool where the whole thing is selected, and then I can move it around. Inverse kinematic shapes cannot be transformed, so you cannot resize it. But you can change the color by going to the paint bucket and changing it to whichever color you would like. Then on the timeline, you'll have an inverse kinematic layer. It will have this green shading to it, and that is basically a tween for something that has the bone tool on it. And it has something instead of keyframes called poses. So if I insert a pose here, I can change the way his leg is positioned, and then it will go between the two dots and move from one pose to the next pose. So I'm going to set a couple poses for him here on the various different points on the timeline. I've now set multiple poses on the timeline. So if I were to run that, this is the animation that we would get. Make sure you have at least 10 different poses for your animation. And when everything looks good and it is the way you want it, go to File, Save As. Make sure you're in your Web Design Animate folder and save. Go to Publish Settings, Publish to your Website Animate folder, and hit Publish to create those files. When we switch over to Dreamweaver, our Stickman HTML should show up. Drop that down at the bottom, save my index, scroll up and update my Animate folder, upload all those files, and then check the website to see if it worked.